Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Grace and I'm really glad that you're here. So today we are going to be talking about our hallway renovation, and I feel somewhat weird about this because it's taken me so long to get to this point. Back to 3 years ago, hallway was, I'm gonna say, quite a bland space. It wasn't really our style, and I have to say the hallway was not our priority. The hallway was just a walk-through space. The wallpaper had fallen off in some places. Once upon a time there'd been damp, the wall was damaged, carpet up the stair. I even once found insects living in it. Our staircase, which was just covered lead-based paint. Fast forward to August of 2024, and I decided that time was up and I was going to try and tackle the stairs. I was so intrigued to see what was underneath all of the paint. I wanted to get rid of some of those landlord specials, so I started off stripping our entire staircase. Literally the messiest job I think I've ever had to undertake. I finally got to the stage that we're at now, where all the paint is gone and we now have raw wood in some places and then we have primed wood in other places. Now my job is a lot of filling, sanding, kind of scraping corners and spindles where, you know, some of that paint has gotten into crevices and stuff. The process probably took about 9 months. So we've gone from like August 2024 to February time of 2025. So me and my husband undertook the task one weekend of removing the wallpaper. The reason that we did that is because we wanted to know the state of the plaster underneath all sections of plaster, which was just completely blown, holes in the wall. So anyway, we sat with these bare walls for a while. Initially, I actually preferred the look of the raw walls. Quite quickly, I started to get really distressed. Coming home, and the first thing you see is kind of a messy hallway and stairs that aren't finished is, you know, not the most peaceful experience. Decided that like we did want to fully tackle this. Spending quite a lot of time debating about what we wanted to do, and the main issue that we had was how tall the ceilings are. Over 5 meters tall at its largest point. It was kind of outside of our remit to make sure that it was properly done. We would just bite the bullet and get some plasters to come in, which is what happened a few weeks ago. It took us a really long time actually to find somebody that was able to do the job and do it well. And I didn't love that at first, but what it did do is it gave us loads of time to prepare. So the first thing that we had to do was we had to strip the wallpaper that was on the ceiling. So we actually got the plasterers to come in and to give us a quote. They said that because our kind of ceiling line is so wonky, you may as well just plaster the ceiling, like you won't get like a nice crisp finish, and even if you do get a good finish, it'll still look a little bit off. So we said, yeah, that's fine, and paid a bit extra. It wasn't actually that much extra for them to plaster the ceilings as well. Our plasterers came in and they actually completed the work within 3 days, which is unbelievable. If you would like to know their details, let me know. I'm happy to recommend them. First day they came and started to prep. So they put up their scaffold, put a kind of PVA type paste on all of our raw walls to kind of help the plaster to adhere to it. We also started to plaster the ceiling. On day 2, we had our plaster and he actually had to call in a friend to come and help him. They did the adjoining wall between us and our neighbours, the one that's really tall and on the stairs, and a real pig of a job. And it was so hot this day, bless him, but he did such a good job. I forgot to mention earlier, but on the first day as well, he also did all of the bonding. So for those of you who don't know, in areas where the plaster's like blown out, you need to like fill in that gap so that then when they put the kind of top coat on, it's nice and smooth. So on the first day, as well as doing the PVA mixture, they also bonded out those sections. Third and final day, they did the downstairs hallway for us. So that leaves us to where we are now. So we now have completely plastered walls, ready to be sanded and then mist coated and then kind of, you know, decorated. And then with the stairs, we are almost at the kind of final sand paint stain stage. Be tuned for part 2. There's a lot of good things coming. I'm going to be taking you guys along kind of shopping for decor. I'm going to take you guys along through my design process, and it's just going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of work, but it's also going to be fun. So if you're not already, please do subscribe. That way you won't miss out on any future videos, and it also really helps me out. I also really want to get a bit more interactive. I want to get people's opinions on the design process. So I would love if you guys could interact, if you could comment or like or give your opinions. I would really appreciate it. Hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you guys soon. Bye! Does this angle work? I feel like you guys are a little bit far away. Like I wanted this to be cozy. But is this now weird that I'm this far away? Okay, this seems like a good angle. I think I'm happy with it. Get my coffee. Let me get my coffee. I really hope I have enough storage to film this. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm gonna hate this when I edit it back later. I keep talking over myself.